episode of Gloving Paradigm. I am your host, Peter, aka OST Buke, and this week should be a very fun week for me because I asked this very interesting question a couple weeks back, and boy oh boy did you guys respond. Holy crap, there was a lot of response to this one.
Good thing I brought my vape.
So, the question was, when it comes to gloving, which one would you rather have? Natural talent or trained discipline? Which one do you want? Now, when I asked the community, a lot of you guys decided to go, hey, I want one and then the other. That wasn't the question. That was not the right answer. It was rather, not both. Traitor! But I understand where people were coming from. Let's just go ahead and get right into this. So, a lot of you guys said natural talent. And I found that so interesting that a lot of people said that. Because when I talk to other people outside of the gloving community, specifically when it comes to a talent occupation, as I'm going to call it for some reason. Anyways, one of the things I definitely wanted to talk to them about was this kind of subject. Like, which one would you rather have, natural talent or trained discipline? And surprisingly enough, a lot of people that I know who are like musicians or athletes or things like that, they chose trained discipline, as a lot of people in the gloving community want natural talent. What?
Oh.
So, what I want to do is kind of delve into the subject matter a little bit further. I kind of want to give out two different perspectives that you guys can look at when it comes to gloving and pretty much any art or talent, regardless of it is, whether it be athleticism or portrait drawings and things like that, whatever the case may be, you know, accounting, I guess. So, with that being said, let's first define our terms, because surprise, surprise, we gotta understand what these terms mean besides just calling them natural talent and trained discipline. That's you see where I'm getting.
Sheriff, he's over here. God.
So, first thing I want to cover is natural talent. So, the definition of natural talent is defined by the innate or inborn gift for a specific activity, either allowing one to demonstrate the same immediate skill without practice, or gain skill rapidly with minimal practice.
Are you sure about that?
If that was pretty much self-explanatory in a way, but you know, some people are trying to get it spelled out for them, and that's totally okay. That is what my job is here to do. I am supposed to help you guys get into this, so I try to be as educational as possible and kind of go off tangents at the same time. So, anyways, what is it when it comes to natural talent that people like to talk about? Is yes, a person with natural talent has an innate steep learning curve. And what do I mean by a learning curve is that they learn very quickly, therefore it's that steep of a curve, right? They can get up to a high echelon really quickly and be there without much effort, okay? Being able to pick up those skills with very little practice or no practice at all seems really appealing, and I can totally get that, because you have this innate expectation, as I'm going to call it, that, you know, people see that you have a higher potential than anybody else within that specific activity, whatever it may be. And I totally get that, and I totally understand that. But here's the thing when it comes to natural talent. A lot of people want to overlook, because of just neutrality is a very attractive thing, and I get it. But here's the thing. When it comes to natural talent, it's raw, it's unstructured, and it's wild. That sounds really unusual to somebody who, you know, never really took a thought about this. But yeah, God, am I going to get so much hate for this. But follow me along here. There's a good sense of natural talent and then trained discipline. I can't believe I'm going to use this as a freaking reference or an explanation to try to explain. But Rey from Star Wars. Yes! Yes! Is an example of what people would consider natural talent. She has the talent for the Force, but she's untrained and it's completely raw, and she's just willy-nilly going wild with it, with trying to figure it out on her own. For some reason, that sounds like a good character arc for somebody just to figure things out on their own. Okay, I'm getting off track. Anyways, as much as I hated using that reference, I'm using that reference right now. Traitor! But yeah, you have somebody like Rey, and then you have somebody, in my opinion, that you look at when it comes to not being so good with, like, let's say the Force, is somebody like Luke Skywalker.
I heard that. I wish I didn't hear that, but I just heard that.
As much as some people are going to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong, but he had to work on learning the Force and actually building up those skills to do so. Unlike Ray, where she kind of just had the natural raw talent to do so. Do you see where we're starting to converge on these topics?
No.
No? Okay, allow me to keep going.
Make it stop! Make it stop!
Okay, so let's talk about trained discipline. What is trained discipline? How do you define trained discipline? Even though that sounds like a repetitive redundancy in and of itself, which is true but not true. So, trained discipline is defined by training expected to produce a specific character or pattern of behavior, especially training that produces a moral or mental improvement.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's what discipline really means. And when it comes to training, that's where discipline applies. It applies in training. You discipline yourself in training because that's what it does. Again, that's where I was telling people it does sound like a redundant thing. However, allow me to explain. Discipline does not immediately just is there. You do not immediately have this understanding of discipline. You have to work on your discipline to be a discipline, if that makes any sense.
It's funny because it's true.
So you have to train yourself to discipline yourself. Trained discipline.
Football!
You have, right? Really hoping this is going through. I really hope people are understanding what I'm saying as I was getting to it. So, somebody who gains the talent by having to work hard, and I mean really hard, is considered a trained discipline. You have to work on getting those skills needed to perform this specific activity or whatever the case may be. Okay? And a person who learns through this process of structure, since they don't have the natural talent to do so, they have to structure themselves to learn the basics and build that foundation and start making that progress. So they already start out with a form of structure since they don't have that natural talent. If that makes any sense? Maybe? Just a little bit? Okay. So one thing I definitely want to say when it comes to trained discipline, yes, you have a less steep learning curve. Because when it comes to trained discipline, you build it up and it gradually rises. As somebody with natural talent kind of just whoosh, goes right up. It's just... that's how it is. So here's the huge debate when it comes between natural talent and trained discipline. A lot of people, especially in the community, would sit here and say, I want natural talent first, and then build on it with the trained discipline. Yes, that is the ideal method that people would want. That is literally the magical Christmas land that everybody wants. Does it exist? No.
Tiger. Are you sure about that?
You can have natural talent, but everybody can have trained discipline no matter what. Everyone can be trained and disciplined in the craft. Not everybody can have the natural talent, which makes sense and is understandable. However, one of the things that a lot of my friends, especially musicians who I know did not have the natural talent to play like guitar or violin or any string instrument, especially, I have a lot of friends who play the flute. Oddly enough. I don't know why I have to tell you that, but just letting you know. But yeah, they all kind of went to the opposite category of most people. They didn't even sit there and go, oh, I want natural talent first and then train discipline. They didn't even like contemplate that thought process, nor do they think it's even a valid argument, as they would put it. They all said that they wanted to train discipline because you start out with nothing and you work all the way towards something that you want. For example, being talented with, say, playing the flute, or gloving in our example, or ballroom dancing, whatever talent that you're working on. A lot of my friends said train discipline. Here's one of the reasons that I will certainly say when it comes to this argument. So for the people who like the natural talent argument, where they're like natural talent is better to have than trained discipline, as much as everybody had kind of a similar opinion on this subject matter, that everybody kind of followed the same suit when I said about natural talent first and then trained discipline later. So one of the things that people will also tell you that when it comes to natural talent, one of the things that's the big perk of it all is that you're already on par with people who are very well versed within the craft. That's a lie.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Because again, you are untrained. You are raw, unstructured, wild talent. Why do you think when it comes to, horses and, colts in particular, why they have to break them first to get them to their full potential? Because they're raw, unstructured, wild animals that need trained discipline to become a structured racing machine. Like, you see where people start to kind of get this idea wrong, as I'm going to put it. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that you wanting natural talent is a bad thing. That is not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm trying to show you the appeal that people see about natural talent and what could be a trap because, yeah, having this natural talent, you know, you don't have to work hard. You already have these beautiful skills already innate within your system, right? Yeah, that's very appealing, but a lot of people are going to tell you that, you know, natural talent isn't going to work hard where it needs to work hard, as discipline's going to work hard where talent isn't, you know, because people have this idea when you have this natural talent that, oh, it just comes so naturally to you, you don't need to work on it. That's wrong. I mean, my husband has a natural talent for ballroom dance, but, you know, it's been well over 15 years since he actually got into a competition setting, nor did he, like, done any steps in terms of dance. He will even tell you that he will suck. Like, his entire thing is just out the window. Yes, remembrance through osmosis is a thing, and that's something I also advocate very highly on. But he will even say that it's going to take him time before he actually starts getting back into the groove of things. Do you see how is natural talent, in my opinion, how is natural talent going to get you there? Okay, does natural talent just immediately like, oh, I can stop for a year and a half, come right back in and pick it up like I just never left? That's not how that stuff works. And it's funny how people sit here and just go, oh, it just seems so much easier. Yes, it does. But you're already getting placed on this higher expectation with natural talent from the community or from the audience or the people at large, just in general, because you have this natural talent. You're expected to be already good without needing that work, and they already expect you to be able to perform these things without actually any practice. You know what I mean? I really don't see people who like hire dancers for like background dancers for like, I don't know, let's just say Lady Gaga, for example. I don't care at this point. But let's just take like Lady Gaga backup dancer stuff. Do they just look for people who have natural talent, just be like, here's all the choreography stuff, and just immediately get on the stage and go do it? No, they don't want them to train on the choreography and the material and the things that they need to know before doing the performance. You see where I'm getting at now? Hopefully. So, when it comes to trained discipline, yes, if somebody has natural talent, yes, you can have trained discipline as well. But I want to kind of put these in a bubble from each other before we start merging them together. So, we have natural talent. Now we're going to do trained discipline. Alright, so when it comes to trained discipline, what a lot of people have told me, especially outside of the gloving community, when it comes to any form of talent, is that you value the skills you attain through your practice more than somebody who has the natural talent. Because it's such an interesting subject matter to think about, because a lot of people will tell you that people who have natural talent don't get to choose whether or not they be talented in that, and even if they like what it is that they're talented in. There's a very great example from Malcolm in the Middle where Dewey, the youngest son out of the four, well, technically five if you count Jamie when you get into later seasons, but that's neither here nor there. There's a certain part in an episode that they had where there's a particular game that Hal, the father, really liked to play as a kid. And he found out that Dewey was naturally talented for this game. He had the gift.
The prophecy is true.
Okay, and throughout the episode you see him doing all these trick shots and all these advanced things, and he's just knocking them out of the park. Now, if you're wondering what the game is, it's just a bunch of little pins, and it has a pole with this ball that's on a chain, and you chuck it and it comes back and it swings and hits the thing. I don't remember the game name. Please don't ask me. Go look it up. But what he was doing in this episode is that he was showing all these great skills and all these great natural talent. He wasn't even practicing. He was just testing them on doing these tricks, and he's just naturally able to do it. He even had a point where he had it blindfolded and was pulling off these moves. But when it came to an actual tournament, since he signed him up, Dewey completely bombed the entire thing. He failed miserably. Like, his talent just went out the window. Because it turns out that Dewey didn't want to do that. Dewey didn't want to be this prodigy thing, you know, stuck into vacancy with this game that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. And I mean, this is a classic like billiards game thing.
This is the worst.
Anyways, so with that being said, when it comes to Dewey kind of doing that thing, that's what I kind of want to bring up when it comes to natural talent. Somebody who has a natural talent for, like, let's say, gloving, may not be into gloving. It's a shame in my opinion, but I don't sit here and say that somebody has to like gloving because I like it. If you like gloving, you like gloving. If you don't, that's cool too. You know, that's just kind of like my personal philosophy on things. But when it comes to training discipline, though, a lot of my friends will tell you that, yeah, they value their skills more on this particular activity or talent, as I will just refer to it from now on. You know, the other thing is they have a much stronger mentality when it comes to approaching the craft and maintaining the structure that they built up over time. That's the thing that's going to differentiate somebody who's naturally talented and somebody who's disciplined within the craft, is that natural talent people aren't going to have that structure that was built up from the very, very beginning. They just immediately got jumped right in. So they're kind of sitting there swimming with the sharks, metaphorically. I know these things are really bad. But that's neither here nor there. However, one of the things I will definitely want to say when it comes to training discipline, and in my opinion, as many as the other people's opinions, is that training discipline is always going to win out over natural talent. Now, that comes with the caveat that natural talent just sits there and doesn't do a lick of work on practice and maintaining the natural skills that they have. That's something I wanted to stress, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, Peter, if you just do it this way and you keep practicing with the natural talent, then everything's going to work out for you. Yes, that is true. However, some people with natural talent don't feel like they need to train. They don't need to practice. They don't need that structure because it comes so naturally to them. Again, that is the lie. That is the trap. That is the thing that you do not want to be falling into. So that's pretty much my perspectives when it comes to natural talent. Yes, natural talent is great because you can just immediately get into a craft and just show people these wonderful things that you're able to do. But it comes with a lot of caveats, right? You already have been placed on this higher pedestal immediately and have a very high expectation right off the bat. That's pretty daunting for a lot of people, and I can get it because that's a lot. But, you know, some people just like, oh, I'm just already there. I'm already well accepted within the, you know, the community or within the craft that, you know, my natural talent will just carry me through my entire career. Again, that's a lie. But also, when it comes to training discipline, just because somebody has natural talent and you don't, doesn't mean you can't get to where they are. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to bite the bullet and you have to trudge through the level of crap to get to where they are. However, you are going to value the skills and the time you have put into the craft to get where you are, right? You're going to value that much more than somebody with natural talent. Now, if somebody with natural talent who fell in love with the talent that they naturally have and work on the trained discipline half of it, yes, they're going to be some god tier level dude or dudette that's just going to completely redefine the entire community. That's something that does exist. Not naming anyone. Trump. Anyways. So, yep, that's pretty much all for my episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed the perspectives I was able to bring out here. I thought this was a very interesting topic because there is a YouTuber I watch who, during his process of building and manufacturing a giant marble machine to play music, he was actually talking about this subject matter, and I actually sent this video to my friend, and I was like, hey, what do you think about his subject matter when it comes to training discipline, since he was a musician as well? And this is where it's led up to. So, first things first, I want to say, thank you everybody for responding. Like, holy crap, I thought it was awesome to see how much response I was getting from that. Like, woo, yeah! Like, that was awesome. Okay, so hopefully I can come up with another question and gets everybody going in terms of discussion, because that was just absolutely beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, anyways, yes, that is pretty much all for my episode. Thank you for watching / listening, depending on which platform you're listening / watching on. Oh God, this is getting so confusing. If you have any questions that I did not cover on this episode, you do have the various social media platforms you can hit me up in. I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram. You know I'm on YouTube because you're watching my video, so you can always leave a comment down below with their questions. You know, just down there. Just go ahead and do it, please. For the love of God, please do it. And of course, you know, I also have my own Discord server if you want to get on there. But I would highly suggest, if you're not on the Worldwide Glovers Discord chat group, you need to get in there, because that Discord server is absolutely amazing. It's always active. There's always somebody practicing, working in the labs. Get in there.
I choose to get C's.
But yes, last but not least, if you like the content that I create and you wish to help me make better content, please consider me by donating on Patreon.
Run.
As little as $1 a month will go a long way to making to my first goal, which would be doing this full time where I do not have to work a day job to supplement all the stuff I need to do for this. So please consider. It's just, you know, it's gonna be down there below. You'll find the link. Just go ahead and click on it, and just go click on the $1 thing, and just that's all you need to do. You know, just maybe. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching / listening. You guys are absolutely amazing. The show would not be keeping going if it wasn't for the people who have insisted on pushing the content that they want from me. So thank you to everybody who has been doing that, and I do hope to continue hearing feedback from you guys on my episodes, because you guys have been telling me I've been doing pretty good on these video episodes, and I'm hoping to keep it going and improve. So the more you guys tell me what I need to improve on, the better that this is going to be. Okay. Absolutely love you guys, because you guys are awesome. But I am your host, Peter, aka LPT8 the Butte, and I'll see you guys all next week.